yeah, mama. Why does that servo look huge in there? Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, that gets me started now. All right, Nathan, what are we doing today?
We're putting the engine in the XE today. So I've stripped the engine of the intake and exhaust. I'm worried I know the intake's gonna fit. We can probably bolt the intake back on because the bolts are a pain in the ass to get to. It's probably easier to just bolt the intake on now. I got a new gasket. The exhaust, I'm worried, is not gonna fit. I've been sent a photo that someone's had to notch their strut tower to fit their wastegate in.
Oh really?
Yeah, so we'll see about that. But the intake, I reckon we will just bolt on because it's a pain in the ass to put it on in the car.
So it's a lot easier to do from the side of the block.
We will just bolt that back on. I cleaned the front of the engine. I just brake cleaned the living shit out of it and scrubbed it with a paintbrush.
It looks like when we put it in the first time, it was just brand new.
Honestly, there was not much on it. Like a lot of that crap was probably just from like weeps, you know?
Yeah.
It was actually very clean.
So what are you doing with the sump right now?
So no more cold gasket. I'm just gonna glue it straight on and then we'll drop the engine in. That's it. Like there's no piss farting around. We'll just drop the engine.
Oh, there's that 400 kilowatt bottom end right there. There's gonna be poop everywhere. Looks very shiny now.
Yeah.
So what's the go here? Are we doing it up tight or?
Nah, not tight.
Alright, so sump's on. We're going to throw the intake manifold on, Nathan, yes? Because, like I said before, these manifolds can be a real pain to try and get the bottom bolts in. So what we'll do is we will sit a couple of bolts in, put it through the gasket so that the gasket lines up, because these can be a pain to line up, and hopefully I can screw this on without dropping the gasket. Like a pro. As easy as that. It's so much easier to do that when this is not in the car.
It really doesn't look like it's gonna fit, doesn't it?
It doesn't. Not at all. And this right here is exactly why this is easy to do outside of the car. Why is it so tight?
It was very loose.
Seems to be a common theme with this car. It was starting to rattle to bits.
Yeah, it was.
We'll probably put this in now with all like tightening everything up for the first time, and it'll be smooth and quiet as a sewing machine. It'll be like a 202.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everything will be tight again. Because let's be honest, you and I don't have the best history when it comes to bolt checking. Bolt checking for us occurs when the item has fallen off.
Oh, the sump's falling off.
Hey, can you also settle something for us for the comments as well too?
Yeah.
Once and for all, so that we stop getting messages about it. About why did we use an intake for this engine? What was the benefit of using an intake?
Oh, it's not an intake.
It's not an intake.
This is just straight from DIY auto parts off an AU. The only reason, actually no, there is a reason why I used this valve cover, is because it's got the nice wire separators that cross over here, whereas the EF one, it has the wire separators at the back, so you got to run all your leads to the back and then run them forward.
Yes.
Whereas this crosses 3 and 3, but this is not an intake. This is an EF bottom end.
Yeah. So for
EF
everyone,
head.
because we always get asked a lot, like, oh yeah, go with the intake. You know, what can you tell us about the intake? We can't tell you much because we haven't really done an intake before. This is not an intake. This is actually an EF bottom end. So probably one of the more basic 4-litre engines you're ever going to find because it's not an intake. Intake does have a lot of advantages. We have none of them, other than the fact that we have the wire separators.
If you're going to build this, don't build this.
Yeah.
build an AU.
Build an AU. There's a lot of advantages to an AU.
Should we just quickly demonstrate the differences?
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, yeah, actually, yeah.
So have a look, okay? So, tin sump, crap. Cam sensor, missing. Ford, weird, maybe budget cutting or whatever. So an EF bottom end will already have your Hall sensor. So it's already a coil pack engine. Whereas if you get an EL engine, they're a Dizzy engine. They've gone back to a distributor. So you'd have to pull that out and replace it with the hall sensor.
Yes.
So find an EF bottom end or AU bottom end. EL bottom end are just harder to work with.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Fairlane's other engine. Man, it's cakey. So this is an AU bottom end. Thanks, Adam. Adam gave me this bottom end. This is the Fairlane's new engine. So the benefit of an AU engine is a couple things. The sump is an aluminium sump. They seal 10 times better. They don't warp, they don't flex like the tin sump. As well as the sump actually bolts to the main cap as well. So kind of creating a 4-bolt main cap.
Kind of like an LS does.
And they're girdled.
Yeah, LS, yeah, and they're girdled as well too. It just adds strength, so that's another reason why
it ties everything together with a girdle as well. So heaps stronger. And then obviously it does have the cam sensor as well. That's about it.
And they reckon the heads flow better on an AU as well too.
Yes, yeah, the head, yes.
Bigger heads. They're the main differences because we get asked a lot, what's the differences between ELs, AUs?
Anyway, that's the benefits.
All right, now take us to a barra.
Oh, 2 cams, shitty noises, don't use them.
And that's the history of 4 litres with Michael and Nathan, as much as we know.
As much as we know.
Now let's put our shitty EF back in.
Yeah.
Are you excited? I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited too.
Can you just please appreciate all the space we have for coil packs?
Yeah, I know, wow. But now what are we mounting to?
Oh, there's a thing there, thing there, thing there. Just build something off it.
This is how you know it's getting serious. The blanket's coming out, all the towels.
Let's do it. The swap of the century.
Whoa, it's top of the century, whoa. Okay. Oh, even I'm nervous about this. This is why I like junk cars and not clean cars.
Your cars are clean.
It started clean, and then progressively got worse. And I made them worse. I can't see that side, so you can... Yeah, it seems tight, doesn't it? It is going to be closer to the firewall than we thought. Go down with that.
Like that?
Yep.
Alright, can you hold it down?
Yeah, I got to push it down at the same time as hold it. So, yeah, go. Got the engine down.
Oh, I'm falling into mine
Me
now.
too. I'm going in. I'm going in.
Is that bolting?
That one is, yeah, one part of it is. I haven't got it through the other side now. Well, it's in, and it's tight. You can see we're really close to the strut tower here. Not going to take this off just yet, but there's also heaps of movement. We've got to figure out where we want to sit the engine now. We should try to get it as far forward as possible. We need the radiator in to know as well too. So we're going to sit a little bit of rubber in there, and we're going to see what happens when we drop the cradle. So we've got engine mount roughly in. I'm going to drop the crane down and see what happens. Yeah, it's actually sitting pretty level. There's a little bit of flex, but it's actually flexing in the loose bolts. So yeah, we might actually get tighter as we do them up. Sweet. All right, let's get this off. We'll go up, do up those bolts, and then we can take all the protective towels off and see
clearances.
That is a single overhead cam swap XE.
Yep.
It's SEMA ready.
Now the work begins. Looks good.
How do you feel about that?
I reckon it's tough. Love it.
That actually looks...
Come on, man. You can't beat that engine.
Actually looks really good. It's like it was always meant to be, Nathan.
Man, come on, man. I can't help myself. Let's just sit. We'll go up.
Go up,
do
tighten
the
up.
engine plates. And then we'll come down. That
And-
looks so good though. Holy crap. I'm so happy I painted the engine back.
Oh yeah, it was definitely worth doing, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, Nathan.
That's close. Millimeters perfect.
Space between here, there's not a lot, but when you pull the engine down, can you pull it down again, Nate?
Yeah.
We get back probably 10 mil or something like that, and we're assuming the engine at the moment is laying forward.
I mean, You can still slip a credit card through it.
Yeah, if that's what you want to go for clearances, sure.
Look at how easy this is. If we need to fix the sump, I can get to my sump.
You could actually take the sump off.
Also, dude, look at the swimming amounts of room under here to do the gearbox.
Yeah, it's much better than the Fairlane ever was.
Yeah.
All right, now the moment of truth.
Oh, we scratched my bloody strut towel. It's not going to fit. I know it's not going to fit. I'm going to be looking for a new exhaust manifold. There's no way. It's not going to fit.
Oh, stop being so negative. Stop talking.
Oh, I can just see it. It's way too wide.
Otherwise, we use the Cortina log manifold and the Cortina turbo. I mean, if we got desperate,
That log manifold would work. The turbo would be shoved in the corner and it'd look pretty heckers.
it would look heckers. Dad, build another one.
I don't think he'll be pretty pissed off with me that he's going to build another one.
See, I know, like, obviously we can fix this issue. Like, there's ways around it, but in our time frame, that's where this is concerning.
Yeah, because we were hoping to reuse pretty much the whole exhaust out of the Fairlane and just shorten it.
And, you know, no tuning, no nothing, because if this doesn't work, we've got to retune everything.
Oh shit.
If we took the studs out.
No.
No. Oh, we're going to take the studs out anyway, look. We need to take the studs out to be able to realise it ain't going to fit.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to fit. Alright, the next test fit, no studs. No.
Not a chance.
Not going to work.
Not even close. Alright, well, that beautiful thing ain't going to fit, unfortunately. So there's not much we can do. It's just way too close. We couldn't even modify that to suit by the looks of it, because this banana manifold just comes out way too far here. Trying to cut and shut that would be an absolute nightmare. So we're trying to do a mad search now to find out what other people do to get around this, because this has been done before. This is not a brand new thing.
Wasn't really what we needed.
No, not with the time frame so close.
Wasn't what we needed, but that's alright. Looks like I had to do some more research.
Let's have lunch. You can do some research and we'll come back and try and level this puppy out, because I can see that's slanted way down on the left.
Really slanted.
Alright, well, we've had some lunch. We're now back. Nathan has done a lot of quick researching on what we're going to do about this exhaust manifold, and what did he come up with?
Alright, so 6 Boost specifically make a single cam into X Series swapped manifold. They do 2 different styles. They do a Pro Mod style,
which would look
which
sick.
would look sick, or they do like a pretty much style like that, puts the turbo in the exact same position, wastegate comes out the back. It's simple, so that's exactly what we're going to buy. I'm going to order that the first thing Monday and get that here ASAP. But in the meantime, we did level the engine a little bit better. We really need the trans in, so because I don't even know if it's that angled. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell at the moment. But until we get the trans, we don't really know. But what we're going to do in the meantime, so we don't lose a day waiting for exhaust manifold and stuff, we realised we have all the cold side that can be worked on now, which means we can also try and mount the intercooler and the radiator, get that done, and just keep working on getting the cold side done, so at least we can see if any issues come up there that we need to resolve, as like we've just found on the hot side. So let's get the cold side done. We'll plumb everything we can, maybe put the flex fuel sensor in as well too, because that needs to go in. But one of the things that we can put in is this intercooler. We haven't seen this before. First time we've seen this on camera. So
didn't we?
No, we didn't talk about it.
Oh, well, it's just a big Pro Flow intercooler.
So Nathan has already done some work to get this to mount up already. So he's made some pretty fancy custom brackets there to hold the intercooler.
Well, that bottom bracket also will hold the radiator as well, so it's like a multiple use bracket. So we actually don't need the radiator in to do this.
Just goes like that. Simple as that. We'll need the radiator in to know where our pipes go. Who would have thought that the XE would have got a big fat intercooler just like this, huh?
I did. The reasoning for a VK radiator as well is because then you are not putting holes in your beautiful Ford Falcon.
GL.
Calm down, Kingswood. Right? And then and then you can just go beside your radiator like that.
Yeah, so this is why he's done. This is why he's changed to the VK radiator. Because who gave you this tip? Where'd you learn this one?
Just all the X Series guys that have put these engines in.
Ah, yeah.
The guys, like people that have put standard radiators in it and cut holes in that, they go, you could just put a VK radiator in it, and it avoids it. So a simple 90 from there, and then we can just shoot up straight up to there. So, oh, that's it. Get the intercooler piping box and go for it. So we need 2 90s off the intercooler. And then
that one needs to be cut down a lot.
Sharp 92.
Alright, so I'm going to cut down this 90 here. See if we can get it to fit onto the throttle body. No issues, and hopefully I don't lose a finger trying to do this.
Oh, there goes the sleeves.
The sleeves are being rolled up. Go!
Pass me a flathead.
So the issue with these throttle bodies, for whatever reason, Ford decided we're going to make it oval rather than circular.
Doesn't help that there's an XE in the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes! Hang on the back side. No? Cool, that lounge lives there.
Yeah. Way better with a 90 because it just won't touch anything.
Yeah.
Looks much neater. Over there. Just somewhere in here there's a 45.
Oh yeah, this one's already got a bead on it.
Dude!
Perfect, man! What the hell? Yeah, that works a bit, doesn't it?
It actually works really well. I wouldn't have thought that at all. We didn't think we were going to get that.
Because that's the hard one. The front one's easy. See, remarked there.
I'm just going for the medium, the one's the best. Alright, so we've cut this down. We haven't got the bead roller here to actually put a feed into it. I'll take this home and I'll run a bead on it. Come on, pop over. There you go. Oh yeah. That actually works
Really
super
good.
neatly.
Yeah, that looks good.
I guess now we get to see what the Cortina's going to be like, because this is kind of like how the Cortina's run, isn't it?
Yeah, very similar.
That's cool. That's very neat. And still heaps of room. Piping is actually holding the engine.
Yeah, I know.
Now it's looking a bit more real, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's looking a bit more complete now. Oh yeah, mama. Why does that turbo look huge in there? That's better. Yeah, that gets me excited now.
Oh, did that help?
Yep, that's
Did it
better.
help?
That's better. Oh.
Sometimes all you gotta do is sit a turbo in. We're rubbing more stuff from the Fairlane. Folks, there used to be a time when Nathan would put guard covers on this car to work on it. Now look at it.
Oh well,
Now it's just a bitzer. Let's be honest, it's probably never going to see the road again.
it is.
He's going to get shoved in a corner. He's going to drive the XE, drive the wheels off it and realise this is way more fun than the Fairlane ever was.
I mean, that's probably what's going to happen for a while. I can't even see. I'm doing this blind right now. I don't want to get in there. Because then the Fairlane's going to eat me in. Like, be
Hey,
like,
yeah.
why'd you do this to me, bitch?
It just closes the bonnet like, no!
It's like Monster House. So it's been a while since we've done this.
So we're going to rob the flex fuel sensor out of the Fairlane because in the next setup we'll probably do this slightly different. Pretty similar to how the Cortina's done where we probably run the bypass.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a lot of fuel in the system still.
Yeah. That's just going to drain out the whole surge tank.
I'll take this. That's what we need. Worked in the Fairlane, so it's going to work in the XE.
Exactly. So,
Going to sit right there.
I reckon right there. You got the pen lid?
No, I don't. I gave it to you. There. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling dizzy.
I'm really dizzy, not gonna lie. I was like, I really need to go to the servo and get a drink or something.
Yeah, should we get out of here and go for a walk?
Yeah, I feel really, really lightheaded.
So, we had to get out of here because we realised we were both getting really, really dizzy from all the E85 that we just built in here. So we're like, you know what? Before we go drilling holes in the side of your garden, we thought, let's go down to the servo, get a coffee, get a Red Bull, whatever. We did that, we came back, clear mind, clear head. And we're about to go drill into the side of Nathan's beautiful garden. And I said, hey Nath, have we thought about maybe moving the flex fuel sensor behind the garden so we don't even see it and keep this beautiful area nice and clear? And more room for activities if we need to put anything else there. That's actually not a bad idea. So we thought what we'd do is we might actually move this to behind the tower here. And there's a couple of reasons why we want to do that. One, it'll hide sort of the ugliness of this. I mean, this isn't ugly. It's got a nice, beautiful billet bracket and everything, and it's fine. But it means that we're not going to have a line running down there and across there, which gets in the way of things later on down the track like it did in the Fairlane. But then we thought if we're going to do that, we need to know where our catch can's going to go. Now, we're going to use the same catch can that we use in the Fairlane. This is the Fairlane's one. We're just borrowing for the minute. It's grimy, it's greasy, it's gross. We're just sitting it here to figure out where we're going to put it. Now, originally in the Fairlane, we had it go like that, and then we thought, well, we don't need to do that in this case. We could probably get it to mount somewhere about here, which we've agreed looks a lot better. So we're going to do that. We're going to move the catch can to here. This is where we'll run it. Still works with all our lines because our lines can go directly across there. Now this, we're just going to try now to find a space where we're going to mount this down here. Out of the way, end up with a much cleaner look than having it up there. So yeah, just goes to show. Don't stand in your shed full of E85 and make decisions like drilling through your quarter panel. Ooh, how's that feel? Ah, it's hidden. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna get in.
It's a bit of room. Yeah, just a little bit angled, but it's only thin.
But if you can drill like a little tiny drill in there.
Oh, we can go from the other side.
The sexy, mate. It's just the
Sexy.
sexy.
Michael said it, not me.
Oh, straight into the top. I don't know why I'm filming this. It's not like I can see anything. All I can see is your fat head. Why are you trying to look like Popeye with that nutset in your mouth? Where's your spinach?
That makes me laugh.
Does the foot off the ground help?
Yeah, got it.
You want to do the rest? Bolt the fuel sensor in.
Oh yeah, I can do
Yeah, and do you want to, might as well plug it to that line.
that. Yeah, I can do.
And we might as well put a piece in there if we have,
I
should
should
have a
have.
heap of leftover line.
Yeah, we should enough. Anything else you want me to do?
Oh, build a manifold? I do like this spot a lot better though, Michelle.
Much nicer, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've been saying flex fuel a lot this whole time we've been doing this. In case you don't know what the flex fuel sensor does, all this does is read the fuel level and basically E85 level in the fuel system so that it will basically tune itself to run on either E85 or it can run on 98 pump gas or 91, whatever you choose. But we need this because we swap from track to street E85 when we do DC. This car will never see a difference on the street, but when we do DC, we can't make the distances on E85 that
Yes,
it requires.
he's bang on. The car lives on E85, but for DC, it's just a lot easier on 98.
Yeah, we just can't make the distances. We only get like what 300 k's out of a tank
Yeah.
on E85, and that's not bad. Like where we go, remote locations, you don't often get E85. And in one DC that we went to like Swan Hill, where everyone was assuming they'd get E85, and they ran out.
Yeah.
Which meant there was a lot of cars there that just literally had nothing. They couldn't fill up. So everyone was borrowing and stealing E85. So we'll run it like that. That gives us room to still get to our grease nipple there. We'll cut off 1 inch, I reckon.
Yep. All right, we've got it in, but this fuel size is just way too small for this the factory supply line. So we've ordered the right push lock fitting and a bigger hose. But yeah, that's it. We're gonna run a 90 off there. The hose will run along the bottom of the BBM up to the reg, run through here, and then that's our return sorted.
Yeah, and then we're just using factory return line all the way back to the tank because it's easy and it's already a huge line, so
Yep.
it'll be more than enough. It's a 3/8 line. That's plenty for a return. That looks nice and neat in there. You're not even going to see that by the time you put the catch can in there.
Yeah, you won't even see it.
It's going to be hidden away pretty well. Yeah, so this side of the engine is looking really good because it's nearly all complete.
This is almost complete.
Yeah, minus the wiring loom. This side, not so much.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to try and mount the bar on because we want to see whether this actually hits the intercooler up because Nathan's just informed me that he never tested it. He just built it. He just built it and hoped for the best.
Give us a pulse.
Get on the ground there.
You ready?
Let's see how much Nathan cries when he has to cut up his authentic GL bar.
This isn't even the original bar.
No?
This is a Ballarat swap meet bar, mate.
Come to me. Oh, you might be right.
Mate!
I got dirty hands and I want to put it on the white. Ah! Are you gonna bolt in?
Yeah.
Alright, you hold it there.
Oh, I'm gonna chop a little. I gotta chop out these bars. That's what I was told about, but that's fine.
Like this here.
Yeah. So I gotta cut out here, here, here. I just gotta take pretty much this section out.
Okay. Are you sure you want to do this and this is where you're going to? Like this is what you're cutting out? Has to come out?
I have to do it. Like it doesn't fit, doesn't it? Okay, bye bye.
Well, at least we know there's no more E85 laying around. Well, that's that.
I'm sorry, car.
Mate!
Oh yeah!
Heaps of room.
I didn't even cut out as much as I did, but...
Do you want me to put the bolts in for you? Look at that. Nathan absolutely fluked it. He didn't even test fit the bar. I thought he test fit the bar and got it all right. Nah, just hope for the best. So we've left it proud because obviously this has come back off, and when we get the right tool, we'll cut that nice and flush. I think it looks really neat.
No, it looks good.
The good thing is there's plenty of room between the intercooler and the bar itself, so we're not having to cut any of the top piece, which is good. You happy?
Mate, I'm stoked. I mean, I'm stressed, but I'm stoked. I'm gonna get onto the 6-boost manifold tomorrow. That's it, man. Now that I've got parts, the engine's in, I can now move on. So the nights that I've been here working on it, it's not really working on it. I've just been painting this. So now I can actually do things that are a need and not like a want. Yeah, there's shit I can do now. So I'm happy.
If you've liked this episode, consider liking and subscribing. Head on over to the website, buy a bunch of merch, because it'll really help pay for the 6-boost manifold that we're going to need to buy for this thing to get it to work now. And they're not cheap. Only 5 weeks to go now before DC. This side of the engine, really good. That side, very empty. Anyway, until we see you in the next episode, well, hopefully we're getting a lot more done. See you then. You bloody dipstick. I love that insult, don't you?
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the most Australian insults. You bloody dipstick. I don't even know how it became an insult. How did dipstick become an insult? A lot of people are asking for you to do a wrecking ball on the engine again. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't...
A lot of people are like, I'm disappointed when there's no wrecking ball.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Sorry, guys. I don't want it to fall off the stand.
I'm surprised so many people actually remember that so far back.
I know.
That was like episode 2.
When people were in the comments, when everyone's like going on about their favourite Fairlane memory, it's like it's died.
I know. I know.
I was kind of getting a little bit teary. I was like, "These are good moments."
Yeah, they were. And now look at it.
It was good moments.
Parts car.
Parts car.
These were all the wires that ran the engine, the original engine. All of them, right there, entirety.
Not anymore. Because the wiring, I feel like we're not waiting on things for wiring. It's just like a big night. You know what I mean? It's just a big night.
Tell me, how long do you think it's going to take to wire this thing? In Nathan's mind, how long do you think the wiring's going to take?
Oh no, there's going to be a lot of time in the wiring.
Because I said to him,
but I've given you a harness.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I just said just put the red wire here, put the black wire here, and it should work.
Yeah? Just plug it in. Just plug it in.
You spin me right round, baby.
I might get some blankets, cause I don't want no distraction. She knows my car.
You can feel it right now, it's like, hang on a minute.
Baby, come back.
Now, in a dream world,
Oh, new world.
When we take today's thumbnail, I'll just sit here and be like, yep, turbo, it's done. Turbo done, look, see?
Yeah.
Cooler piping done. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at this point.
I'm sorry.